Ladies and gentlemen, there is no tool more powerful, no weapon more formidable than the human mind. It is not merely a repository for information or a mechanism for decision-making. It is the very lens through which we perceive the world and define our existence. To neglect its cultivation is to squander the potential for a meaningful life. The mind is our most powerful instrument, capable of shaping how we perceive the world, navigate challenges, and create meaning in our lives. It is not a passive entity, but an active, dynamic force that can be honed and refined. To think of the mind as a tool is to recognize its dual potential. It can be a sharp blade, cutting through confusion and ignorance, or a dull, unrefined instrument, unable to rise to the challenges of life. The choice of how this tool is developed rests entirely in our hands. Every thought, decision, and action is the product of your mental framework. Your mind is the architect of your reality. If you allow it to remain unchecked, untrained, and undisciplined, it will drift toward chaos. A neglected mind falls prey to distraction, impulsivity, and self-sabotage. It amplifies fear, reinforces biases, and leaves you at the mercy of circumstances. But a cultivated mind is entirely different. It is deliberate, measured, and capable of profound clarity. It becomes a source of strength rather than a vulnerability. Training the mind begins with a fundamental understanding. It is not fixed. Neurological science shows us that the brain is incredibly plastic, capable of forming new connections and evolving throughout life. This means that no matter where you start, growth is possible. But growth is not automatic. It requires effort, consistency, and above all, intention. The first step in treating your mind as a tool is recognizing its potential and treating it with respect. Just as you wouldn't let a prized instrument gather dust or a valuable machine fall into disrepair, you must actively engage with your mind to ensure its health and functionality. This engagement begins with feeding it the right materials. Expose yourself to ideas that challenge and expand your understanding. Read books that push your intellectual boundaries, explore disciplines outside your comfort zone, and learn from perspectives different from your own. A mind fed only on the familiar becomes narrow and brittle, incapable of adaptability. Equally important is the way you process information. It is not enough to absorb knowledge passively. You must interact with it. Question what you learn. Analyze its implications. Test it against your experiences and values. This process of intellectual digestion strengthens your critical thinking skills, making your mind not only a repository of information, but also a powerful processor of ideas. However, is not purely intellectual. It is deeply intertwined with emotions, habits, and the unconscious. Training it as a tool means mastering these elements as well. Emotional regulation, for instance, is an essential skill. Your ability to remain calm under pressure, to delay gratification, and to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, all stem from a well-trained mind. The beauty of treating the mind as a tool is that its refinement benefits every aspect of life. A sharp mind makes you a better communicator, a more effective problem solver, and a more resilient individual. It enables you to approach life with clarity and purpose, turning challenges into opportunities and setbacks into lessons. By dedicating yourself to its cultivation, you unlock its full potential, transforming it into a force that shapes not only your own life, but also the world around you. Discipline and mental fortitude are the bedrock upon which a strong and capable mind is built. Without discipline, the mind becomes a chaotic force, pulled in countless directions by fleeting desires, distractions, and emotions. It is discipline that allows us to harness the mind's potential, to focus its energy on meaningful pursuits, and to persevere in the face of adversity. Mental fortitude, in turn, is the strength to withstand hardship and to remain steadfast in the pursuit of our goals, no matter the obstacles. Together, they form a partnership that is essential for navigating the complexities of life. Discipline is not something that comes naturally. It must be cultivated intentionally. It begins with small, consistent actions that build habits over time. These habits, once established, become the foundation of a disciplined mind. For example, waking up at the same time each day, setting aside time for focused work, or committing to a daily practice such as journaling or meditation may seem like minor efforts, but they create a structure for the mind to operate within. This structure provides clarity and stability, reducing the chaos that often arises from a lack of routine. Structivity. The disciplined mind is one that can resist immediate gratification in favor of long-term rewards. In a world filled with endless distractions, this is no small feat. Social media, entertainment, and other instant pleasures constantly vie for our attention, tempting us to abandon meaningful tasks for momentary satisfaction. Discipline is the ability to say no to these distractions, to prioritize what truly matters, and to stay focused on our larger goals. It is not about denying ourselves pleasure, but about choosing the right kind of pleasure. The satisfaction that comes from achieving something of value, on the other hand, is what sustains us when the path becomes difficult. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty. Without mental fortitude, it is easy to crumble under pressure, to give in to fear or despair, and to abandon our efforts. But a mind that is fortified through discipline and intentional practice can withstand these trials. It develops resilience, the ability to bounce back from failure, and the courage to face challenges head-on. Building mental fortitude requires embracing discomfort. It is through struggle and adversity that the mind becomes stronger. Each time you face a challenge and push through it, you expand your capacity for resilience. For example, learning a new skill may initially feel frustrating and overwhelming, but persevering through the difficulty ultimately leads to growth. Similarly, enduring criticism or failure in the pursuit of your goals teaches you humility and adaptability, essential traits for mental strength. Discipline and mental fortitude are not innate qualities, but skills that can be developed over time. They require patience, self-awareness, and a willingness to confront your limitations. The rewards, however, are profound. A disciplined and resilient mind is a mind that can achieve great things. It is a mind that can rise above distractions, overcome obstacles, and remain focused on the pursuit of meaning and purpose. In cultivating these qualities, you give yourself the tools to not only succeed, but to thrive, no matter what life may bring. The pursuit of knowledge is one of the most transformative and empowering endeavors a person can undertake. Knowledge is not merely the accumulation of facts or the mastery of technical skills. It is the process of understanding the world, ourselves, and our place within the broader human experience. A mind dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge is a mind that refuses to stagnate, that seeks to grow, and that strives to become more capable of contributing to the world. The pursuit of knowledge begins with curiosity, a deep and genuine desire to understand. Curiosity is what drives us to ask questions, to explore new ideas, and to challenge our assumptions. It is the spark that ignites intellectual growth and keeps the mind engaged. However, curiosity alone is not enough. It must be paired with a commitment to discipline and consistency. Learning requires effort, time, and the willingness to confront uncertainty and ignorance. The process is often uncomfortable, as it forces us to confront the limits of our understanding and to question beliefs we may have held for years. But it is precisely this discomfort that leads to growth. The pursuit of knowledge also requires a willingness to explore beyond the boundaries of what is familiar. It is easy to remain within the confines of our comfort zones, engaging only with ideas and perspectives that align with our existing worldview. But true learning occurs when we venture into the unknown, when we expose ourselves to perspectives that challenge our thinking and force us to reevaluate our assumptions. This means reading widely, engaging with diverse sources of information, and seeking out conversations with people who hold differing views. It is through this process of intellectual expansion that we begin to see the world in all its complexity and richness. Another essential aspect of the pursuit of knowledge is the recognition that it is an ongoing journey. No matter how much we learn, there will always be more to discover. This humility is crucial, as it keeps us open to new ideas and prevents us from becoming complacent. A truly educated person is not someone who claims to know everything, but someone who understands the limits of their knowledge and remains eager to learn more. The pursuit of knowledge is not only an individual endeavor, it is also a social responsibility. The knowledge we gain has the power to shape the world around us. It allows us to contribute meaningfully to our communities, to solve complex problems, and to create solutions that benefit others. By expanding our understanding, we become better equipped to navigate the challenges of life and to help others do the same. The pursuit of knowledge is about more than acquiring information. It is about becoming a better, more capable version of ourselves. It is about cultivating wisdom, developing critical thinking, and building the capacity to act with purpose and clarity. By committing to this pursuit, we not only enrich our own lives, but also lay the foundation for a more informed, thoughtful, and compassionate society. The mind that seeks knowledge is a mind that never ceases to grow, and in that growth lies the potential for endless possibility. Mindfulness and reflection are indispensable practices for cultivating a well-trained and resilient mind. In a world that demands constant movement and attention, taking the time to pause, reflect, and be fully present can feel like a luxury. But it is, in fact, a necessity. These practices enable us to step out of the noise, gain clarity, and align our actions with our deeper values and goals. Without them, we risk being swept along by the tide of life, reacting impulsively rather than acting deliberately. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment, intentionally and without judgment. It may sound simple, but in practice it requires considerable effort and patience. The mind is often restless, pulled in multiple directions by thoughts of the past, worries about the future, and countless distractions in the present. We become very reactive and reactive in the present. Mindfulness trains us to focus our awareness on what is happening right now, on our breath, our sensations, and our thoughts, without becoming entangled in them. This skill is transformative. It allows us to notice patterns in our thinking, recognize our emotional states, and respond to challenges with calm and clarity rather than impulsiveness or panic. Reflection complements mindfulness by encouraging us to engage in deeper introspection. While mindfulness helps us observe the present moment, reflection prompts us to examine our experiences, actions, and choices over time. Reflection asks, what did I learn from this experience? How did my actions align with my values? What could I do differently in the future? It is through this process of self-inquiry that we gain insight into ourselves, our strengths, our weaknesses, and the areas where we can grow. Both mindfulness and reflection help us develop self-awareness, a cornerstone of mental and emotional intelligence. Without self-awareness, we operate on autopilot, driven by habits and emotions we may not fully understand. With self-awareness, we gain the ability to consciously direct our thoughts and behaviors. For example, When faced with a stressful situation, a mindful person can recognize the rising tension and choose to respond constructively rather than react out of frustration or fear. Similarly, a reflective person can learn from past mistakes, refining their approach to avoid repeating them in the future. These practices also provide a counterbalance to the modern tendency toward overstimulation and distraction. In an age of constant notifications, endless scrolling, and a relentless demand for productivity, the ability to pause and center oneself is a rare and invaluable skill. Mindfulness and reflection teach us to create space. Space to think, to feel, and to simply be. This space is where clarity emerges, where we can discern what truly matters and let go of what does not. Developing mindfulness and reflection is not about achieving perfection or eliminating all challenges. It is about building a foundation of awareness and intentionality that allows us to navigate life's complexities with greater ease and wisdom. These practices remind us that we are not merely passengers in our lives, but active participants, capable of steering our course. But really, having the vision to steer your life is really capable of steering our course. By making time for mindfulness and reflection, we cultivate a mind that is not only more present and focused, but also more attuned to what brings meaning and fulfillment. Struggle and adversity are often viewed as obstacles to avoid, but they are, in reality, essential ingredients for growth and mental development. Life is inherently challenging, and while the instinct to seek comfort and ease is natural, avoiding difficulty deprives us of opportunities to strengthen our character, expand our capabilities, and discover our true potential. Growth is not born out of comfort. It is forged in the crucible of struggle. Adversity forces us to confront our limitations. It reveals weaknesses we may not have known existed and compels us to address them. Without struggle, there is no reason to adapt, no pressure to innovate, and no incentive to push beyond what is familiar. Consider the metaphor of building muscle. Just as the body grows stronger by lifting heavier weights and enduring discomfort, the mind develops resilience and fortitude by navigating hardships. Each challenge we face is an opportunity to grow stronger, not only in our ability to cope, but also in our capacity to thrive. Struggle also teaches us the value of perseverance. In moments of difficulty, it is easy to feel overwhelmed, to doubt our abilities, or to consider giving up. But it is precisely in these moments that we learn the importance of pushing forward. Perseverance is not simply the act of enduring hardship. It is the decision to confront it head on, to find solutions, and to keep moving toward our goals despite setbacks. This process builds mental toughness and confidence, as each challenge overcome reinforces our belief in our ability to face the next one. Adversity provides us with perspective. It is often in times of struggle that we gain clarity about what truly matters. When faced with loss, failure, or uncertainty, we are forced to reevaluate our priorities and values. These moments, though painful, strip away superficial concerns and reveal the core of what we hold dear. Struggle sharpens our focus and helps us align our actions with our deepest sense of purpose. Another critical lesson that comes from adversity is adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and no plan is immune to disruption. Struggle teaches us to be flexible, to adjust our approach when circumstances change, and to remain open to new possibilities. This adaptability is a key component of resilience. It enables us to see challenges not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities to grow in unexpected directions. Perhaps the most profound aspect of struggle is its ability to build empathy and connection. When we experience hardship, we gain a deeper understanding of the struggles of others. This shared experience fosters compassion and a sense of solidarity. It reminds us that we are not alone in our difficulties, and that the human condition is, at its core, one of shared resilience and strength. Struggle is not something to be feared or avoided, but embraced as a necessary part of the human experience. It is through difficulty that we uncover our strengths, refine our character, and achieve growth that would otherwise remain out of reach. Adversity shapes us, not by breaking us, but by forcing us to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. By facing challenges with courage and determination, we transform struggle into a powerful tool for mental and emotional growth. Training the mind is not a passive endeavor. It requires deliberate action and consistent practice. While abstract concepts such as resilience and focus are essential, practical strategies provide the foundation for their development. Without concrete steps, the mind remains untamed, vulnerable to distraction, negativity, and stagnation. Incorporating actionable techniques into daily life is the key to fostering mental growth, sharpening focus, and building a robust mindset capable of meeting life's demands. One of the most effective strategies for training the mind is to cultivate a habit of reading. Books are reservoirs of knowledge and ideas that expand the boundaries of thought. Reading regularly exposes the mind to new perspectives, enhances critical thinking, and strengthens the ability to concentrate. Whether exploring philosophy, science, literature, or history, the process of engaging with written words forces the mind to wrestle with complex ideas, analyze arguments, and draw connections between concepts. This intellectual exercise not only broadens understanding, but also builds mental discipline by encouraging sustained focus and deep comprehension. Journaling is another invaluable tool for mental training. Writing down thoughts, emotions, and experiences allows for greater self-awareness and clarity. The act of articulating feelings on paper helps untangle the chaos of the mind, providing a structured space to process and reflect. Journaling is not merely an exercise in documentation. It is a method of organizing the mind, identifying patterns of thought, and addressing internal conflicts. By making journaling a regular practice, individuals can track their growth, set goals, and evaluate progress, fostering a sense of accountability and purpose. Goal setting is a cornerstone of mental discipline. Without clear objectives, the mind tends to wander aimlessly, reacting to circumstances rather than acting with intention. Establishing specific, measurable, and realistic goals provides direction and motivates action. Goals act as markers along the path of personal and intellectual development, offering a sense of progress and accomplishment. However, it is equally important to break down larger goals into manageable steps. Tackling small, incremental challenges builds confidence and reinforces the habit of perseverance, making larger ambitions more attainable over time. Challenging negative thoughts is another critical component of mental training. The mind has a tendency to gravitate towards self-doubt, fear, and pessimism, especially when faced with uncertainty or failure. Training the mind involves recognizing these negative patterns and actively replacing them with constructive, empowering alternatives. This process requires vigilance and practice, but is transformative in its impact. By reshaping internal dialogue, individuals can cultivate a mindset that is more optimistic, resilient, and solution-focused. Engaging in mindfulness practices, such as meditation or focused breathing exercises, can enhance mental clarity and emotional regulation. These techniques train the mind to remain present, reducing the pull of distractions and quieting the noise of intrusive thoughts. Regular mindfulness practice strengthens concentration, fosters patience, and creates a sense of inner calm, all of which are essential for navigating the complexities of life. Training the mind is a lifelong process that demands commitment and effort. By incorporating practical strategies such as reading, journaling, goal setting, challenging negativity, and practicing mindfulness, individuals can create a disciplined and resilient mental framework. These tools not only enhance cognitive and emotional capabilities, but also empower individuals to live with greater intention, clarity, and purpose. Research finds that 50% of the world's population, in taking the time to train the mind, one invests in a future of growth, fulfillment, and the ability to thrive in an ever-changing world. End quote. In conclusion, taking the time to train your mind is not just an act of personal betterment. It is a commitment to unlocking the full spectrum of your potential. The mind, like any powerful tool, requires deliberate cultivation through discipline, curiosity, mindfulness, and the willingness to face adversity. It is through this process that we transform chaos into clarity, distraction into focus, and weakness into strength. The journey of mental training is not without its challenges, but it is precisely these challenges that make the endeavor worthwhile. Each struggle faced, each moment of reflection embraced, and each small habit practiced contributes to a stronger, more capable mind. This cultivated mind becomes a source of resilience in the face of uncertainty, a beacon of wisdom in moments of confusion, and a driving force behind meaningful achievement. The work you do to train your mind is not limited to personal growth. It ripples outward, shaping your relationships, your contributions to the world, and the legacy you leave behind. By committing to this practice, you not only enrich your own life, but also enhance your ability to uplift others and face life's complexities with purpose and integrity. The time to start is now, and the rewards are profound. Train your mind, and it will serve you as your most valuable ally in the pursuit of a meaningful and fulfilling life.